All right, everybody, welcome to the Xtreme Xfinity Series on Rebel Racing Network. Sorry, we're trying to get everything going for tonight, and we are gridded up, getting ready to go now. Let's go ahead and pull up the grid and let's talk about it as before we don't get too far behind. Sorry, I'm late. Just trying to get everything set up as we're getting ready to hit Nashville Super Speedway tonight in the Xtreme Xfinity Series presented by Goatlocker. Your grid for tonight, Kyle Martinson out front with a 30.758. Cody Mcelwain on the front row on the outside. Patrick Dravik starting third. Jonah Colbert starting fourth. Daniel D. Cunningham and Jake Ellingson on the third row. Ryan Pendleton starting seventh. Josh Smith starting eighth. Chuck Pegleg Phelps starting ninth. Jamie Barkus rounding out your top 10. Travis Bieber starting 11th. William Griffith 12th. Michael Kosic, Logan Sturgeon, Charles Stevens Jr., Jake Cunningham, Tyler Rice, Jason Lottridge, Jason Warren, Tia Swank, Jamie Mullins, Garrett Kinder, Andy Kurtz, Greg Barnett, Matt Knights, and Mike Bertosa Jr. brings up the rear of the field. Well, we're getting ready to go green as Kyle Martins is going to lead us down to the green flag. 125 laps tonight. And Kyle Martins is going to lead us down. I think. I'm not really sure what's going on, but it looks like Cody got a great run off the top side and actually tried to got back to his bumper going into turn 3 and 4. So Cody Mcelwain got a great run off that top side. As we watch the gaggle of cars come down the back straightaway, hit into turn 3 and 4. Kyle Martins is still with the lead. Running that Noah Gregson paint scheme. Let's go ahead and get our logos up here. That way we have a little identifier. The stream's going to look a little weird tonight. Try to last minute deal getting in here and broadcasting this race, so everything's kind of look weird, a bit different than normal. We're going to play around with some things, have some fun since this is planned. It's a good time to get in there and fiddle around with it. So Nashville Super Speedway is it's a pretty fun track, I think. I mean, obviously I'm a big fan of the fairgrounds, but Nashville Super Speedway, definitely a lot of fun. It's a fast track. It's fast, but you kind of have to have a weird, you carry a lot of speed, but the way the corners work, you really have to slow the car down and get it back going, but you can't get all the way out of the gas. I mean, you're pretty much going to be in it a lot. It's just how you get into the corner, and as soon as you can get back on the gas and make it through these long corners. We'll go ahead and bring up the track map and kind of get an idea what it looks like. I mean, it looks, it's definitely a tri-oval, but it doesn't do it justice, as these corners are very, very tight. The banking is not, it definitely feels like a large Dover to me, like a Dover that's a tri-oval. So going to be a fun race tonight, at least to watch. I think dirty air is definitely going to be an issue, as being out front is going to be important, and Kyle Martinson is showing that, as you can see on the left side there. Already a 1.1 second gap to Cody Mcelwain, and Patrick Dravik all over the back end of him for second place. Okay, not really sure what happened there, but we see Patrick Dravik going down to the inside of Cody. You see Cody was kind of out of shape there, really sliding the car around. So definitely having some issues earlier, and I apologize. I'm going to get it straight. I'm just trying to get caught up on everything. I was not prepared for this tonight. But this is tonight, just kind of trying to get everything. Man, I am struggling tonight. This is a law enforcement appreciation race So you'll see some different paint schemes. You see a couple of them right there, as basically just want to, I believe it's Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, so we want to appreciate all law enforcement out there who keep our local community safe. Always, a lot of folks always like to bring up, different type of jobs that are underpaid. And I tell you what, law enforcement is one of those, one of the most stressful jobs out there, trying to keep people safe. I know there's a lot of politics surrounding that, but we don't really care about that. We just want to support the good ones and the ones who are out there 7 days a week. And when you need somebody to call and need some help, need something, they're there responding to you. And so I definitely want to appreciate all the law enforcement out there that are on the track, watching, and just out there in general. So going to be some paint schemes that are shown tonight. You see a couple of them with Daniel D. Cunningham and Jonah Colbert. And we'll take a gander at those throughout the race, and we'll pick us one that we think might be the best. Cody Mcelwain struggling just a little bit, as starting to falling back into the hands of Daniel D. Cunningham. But you can see just how difficult it is to really make a pass. To go on board with Daniel. And see exactly what he's dealing with. See, just having to really take it easy, but you have to keep that speed. You got to keep the throttle in it. And you see, just because you have to slow down so much, it's very difficult to get those runs. You see, he's having to be off the throttle so long that by the time he gets on the throttle, Cody's already taken off. So I'm going to assume Ratchet Miller, Kevin Kinder, y'all can tell me, but it looks like the stream is stuttering, or at least I'm having some loss here. So a lot of drop frames tonight. Not really sure what's going on. Give me 2 seconds. Let's see if I can figure out what this is called. Be right back. Well, I have no idea. It seems like the stream is going to be pretty bad. I'm not sure what's going on. Just looking at this, it's pretty pitiful. So try to reload some things, see if we can get this back right. Like I said, I apologize. Sort of a last-minute thing, trying to get this thing broadcast, so we'll keep working on it, try to make sure the action. All right, well, I hate to do this. I'm going to restart the stream and see if I can recover this, because it's going to be pretty much unwatchable at this point, as I am not sure what in the world's going on. It seems to be Seems to be clearing up now. Y'all let me know. I'm getting the green light here on OBS, so let me know if it's clearing up by the time you hear this, and maybe we figured it out. All right, well, yeah, we look green, so we'll keep an eye on it, see if it gets worse, gets better. Not really much I can do about it right now in the middle of the race, so we'll just have to deal with it, I suppose. But we're still watching this battle here between Jonah Colbert and Daniel D. Cunningham. Let's go back through the field and see if we can catch any battles. So far, a really nice little green flag run here, 14 laps. We see Kyle Martinson still out with a sizable lead, about 2 seconds now over Pastor Dravik. And we're checking in on Chuck Pegleg Phelps here. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I really don't know what's going on. I don't think I've ever had this problem. So it's my live timing is completely locked up. So we're just riding the struggle bus tonight. Whew. Okay. All right. I think I got it fixed up. It's always be nice to have somebody else in the booth. That way you can kind of troubleshoot some of this stuff. So, like I said, definitely apologize. Haven't had this issue much ever. So, but check out front. See what Kyle Martins is doing. Just setting sail right now. Guys are really having an issue. Running him down, definitely can see. Let's look at the lap time history between him and Dravik. You can see the last 3 laps just slowly but surely pulling away. Last lap it was 3/10. It's about a tenth a lap, so he's definitely still pulling away. That fresh air is going to be so important to be out front. So. The thing about it, Dravik's going to have to be smart, and I know he will be, is, hey, you know what? He's starting to get away, but you got to take care of your stuff. You know it's going to be a long race. We've got 125 laps, so still 100 laps left to go. And so there's still a lot of time, a lot of things that could happen. Still a pit stop that is going to have to be made. But so far, green flag. And I think this race, this track, pretty much in every car seems to really promote green flag racing, mainly because it's such a one groove track. You really don't see a lot of side-by-side racing. We can kind of go back through the field, and we see Jamie Mullins, Logan Surgeon side-by-side trying to work on each other, trying to find a way back in the top 10. So they are able to race just a little bit, but you see as soon as that happens, we get back single file, and Jake Ellingson looking on the inside of Chuck Pegleg Phelps. Ratchet Miller says, guess we're going to run infinite laps. You know, I don't know, Ratchet. What you mean, bud? Tell me. Yeah, you should be able to see right up at the top left of the screen, lap 26 of 125. Let's go check some of these schemes out, see if anybody was able to throw together some good ones. Maybe find some that are fit the theme. You got Garrett Kinder here in the Oklahoma Highway Patrol State Trooper car, running that Ford Mustang. He's working on the inside of Chuck Pegleg Phelps, moving his way up into the 11th position. Chuck's starting to fall back just a little bit as guys are moving forward, but still holding strong outside that top 10. Fighting hard on that outside on Michael Kosic here, trying to make that outside work. Just don't see a lot of success on that high side. Let's go back here and look. Jason Warren with the not sure. It's like a Warren's paint scheme, something Choice Ink. I'm not sure. Big Fish Motorsports cars of Charles Stevens, Logan Sturgeon. Tia Swank with a Duralast GT car. Let's Go Brandon Coin car. There's another one. Jason Lotcher's running there. Back the blue, number 48 machine. Jake Cunningham with a nice car. So I like that one so far. As far as the Law Enforcement Appreciation Night and what this race is about, I think this one right here is gonna be my pick. So looks like it's a Traden's Paint special because it says Ty Cunningham. I don't know who that is, but yeah, that's gonna be our winner tonight. I like that car. The car looks pretty sharp. So. Well, anyway, let's get back to the action. Enough paint schemes, and we're under caution. Looks like Mike Bertosa crashed. Let's go see what happened to him. Mike running in the back, just coming off the corner, gets loose, and you see it just hard to catch it. Saves it, gets down in the grass, but caution nonetheless. So after 32 laps, we're under caution, and we are hitting pit lane as everybody's going to come down pit lane, get those tires. Here at this track, they eat up tires pretty. This car is already pretty tough on tires, and this track being concrete, you're pretty much going to want tires as soon as possible. So everybody comes down pit road. Kyle Martinson going to lead us down, going to come out in that first position, and Patrick Dravik, Cody Mcelwain. Everybody's going to come out basically where they were, so... So Kyle, so far, dominated this race. Started on the pole, hasn't really given up it's led every lap, shown a lot of speed so far, but everybody's gotten a chance to get used to the car, get it into a groove, find a rhythm, find the line if you haven't really practiced that much, and we're going to see if any of these guys have got anything for Kyle after we get everything wrapped back up. So under our first caution on lap 33 in the Xtreme Xfinity Series, presented by Goatlocker. This is Rebel Racing Network. I'm Eddie Smith, and I finally am able to chill out and broadcast versus panicking and trying to figure out what was going on there. So can finally relax and get back into this action and show y'all what's going on. As so far, it's been a relatively clean race. Just the self-spin of Mike Bertosa Jr. Is our only caution so far. A lot of clean racing. So really tough around this track to have a lot of side-by-side action. You pretty much, if you get to somebody, you go up under them, you're going to pass them, and you're going to get that spot, and you're going to get back single file. So Brandon Wallace says, no POS Manzo in the race. Danglanger Racing says, is Kyle subbing for Zach, or is Zach on a different account? Not sure. Absolutely, Ratchet Miller. We took that Chevy home in victory lane last night in the Apex Series. Man, I tell you what, it's so much fun to race in that series and race with those guys. Really excited for the playoffs to get going. I think it's going to be very, very competitive, and I think whoever wins that one's going to be very, very proud of it. So, but speaking of competitive, it looks like we in the Xfinity Series they do the choose cone, which we didn't really highlight there because honestly I've forgotten about it. It's the only series that really does that. But Kyle Martinson takes the outside. We saw Cody Mcelwain getting a great jump on that outside, so he's going to have the advantage, and Patrick Dravik's going to have to keep up as gets a great jump. Cody Mcelwain, a great jump as well. So actually on the outside of Pat. Let's see if he lets Pat go going into one. Definitely does not let Pat go, that's for sure. Cody Mcelwain down on the right side of that 07 machine. Going to come off the corner with a great run. Let's see if he can do anything with Kyle. So move Cody Mcelwain up to second place. Patrick Dravik dropping back a little bit. It's going to be under fire here from Jonah Colbert in that. Well, I don't even know what that is. It says police on the side, so. We saw this already. This seems, hey, I've seen this one before, is Cody Mcelwain in second place, and we saw him really wild as he was kind of sliding all over the place trying to make this time up on Kyle, who seems to be just taking off. But let's see if he has learned anything and is able to try to run him down. Let's go on board with Cody and see. See how much you have to slow down. It's so tight getting into this first turn. 3 and 4 is a little bit nicer, but 1 and 2, you just, the car does not want to turn down in the corner. It's so difficult. So the stock setup actually comes with like a 62.5 brake bias, which is pretty low. Most of the time they're about 65%, so it already is low, and I think some guys will crank it on down to about 60% to try to help get into this corner. It is extremely difficult. Cody doing a good job right now. Looks really smooth. Seems to be kind of calming down a little bit. Philip Hitman Monzo says, I'll be in the ARCA race rubbing, and that's racing. So he's ready to go tonight as the ARCA Series takes on Daytona for their series opener. Of course, the Xfinity Series is quite a few races in. Let's look at the schedule. And we are right there on the bottom left, Nashville Superspeedway, and you see we have a whole host of other races left to go. Going to be about 7 races after this one to get to the playoffs. So, as I've been told that Jonah Colbert has looped it. Did he loop it? Not. I guess I missed it. Well, let's go back and try to figure out what in the world happened. Let's be right around here. Let's see if we can find out what happened. Oh, yeah, he does. He gets a little bit loose there and drops down to the bottom, so is able to save it. Didn't go around, but you're right. He did lose quite a few positions. You see just how much momentum matters here. He loses it. Oh, he's still losing it, trying to hang on to it. So good call, Matt Clement. I'm definitely falling asleep at the wheel tonight. But he is able to get it back going, and currently running in the 10th position. Yeah, well, you know, Ratchet, if I followed that, I wouldn't talk about nobody. I'd just sit here and just show you all the action, which, you know, hey, it may be a better broadcast. I don't know, but we got to talk about them sometime. As we see the sun setting, you see the sun setting off in the distance. Maybe we'll see a little bit of nighttime racing by the time this race is over, but over under caution. It's like William Griffith went off track. Let's see what's going on with him. As the 64 Matt Knights gets a little bit loose, and then he gets punted from behind, sent through the grass. So we're under our second caution of the night. So really clean racing right now, as we got guys, big movers so far. We'll kind of highlight some big movers. Jamie Barkus, haven't really mentioned his name. You know, I haven't really done a good job mentioning anybody's name tonight. But Jamie Barkus running in the 4th place, started in 10th. So making a lot of moves, making a lot of passes, and getting his way up towards the front, which doesn't surprise me. Jamie Barkus, of course, a Goatlocker Racing entry. He got a little lonely back there, wanted to catch up to his buddies, so he needed to get back up to 4th place and get behind them. So now there's a trio of Goatlocker boys trying to figure out a way to catch Kyle Martinson, who has just really been a dominant car tonight. But Travis Beaver also up 6 spots from where he started, as we see pit lane getting a little busy. It looks like everybody's going to come down pit road as Kyle Martinson leads a ton of drivers. See Matt Knight staying out along with Mike Bertosa. He's a lap down, so he's going to have to stay out. So Matt Knight's maybe doing a little strategy, may just be coming around, coming in pits later to get towards the back. Not sure. But we see busy, so his guys are going to come down, get 4 tires, as we've got a little bit of strategy called. Chuck Pegleg Felt's going to take 2 tires, come back out and see how that goes. Got a couple drivers going to try that. Charles Stevens Jr. Going to come out and do the same. So interesting developments here, as Kyle Martinson does lead the 4-tire charge out of here. But let's look and see if we can see the pit stop times. Let's do it this way. And I hate this. That's why I never use this stuff, because it doesn't make any sense. Chuck Pegleg definitely spent about 6 seconds on pit in his pit stall, and so he comes out as Matt Knight's going to come down pit road. So Chuck Pegleg Phelps elects to take 2 tires, is going to have the lead. So he's going to get a bonus point for leading the lap. And we're going to see how well 2 tires work. It's a good strategy call, as it's worth doing it right now. I mean, lap 46 in a 125 lap race. You know, I mean, you got to try something, right? You can't just go out there and get 4 tires and every time stay back where you are. If you're not moving forward, you got to try a little strategy call, and that's what Chuck's doing, trying to get him a little camera time and see if he can hold off these extremely fast drivers. So, yeah, me and Ratchet Miller, look, 2 sides of the same coin, man. We are thinking alike. That's what they say. Great minds think alike. So your top 5 right now: Chuck Pegleg Phelps, Kyle Martinson, Cody Mcelwain, Patrick Dravik, Charles Stevens Jr. And let's see if we're coming to a choose cone. Let's see if we can get a good enough view to see the choose cone. They have to choose right at the start finish line. I don't know if it's going to give me what I want, but we're going to see. As you see, everybody choosing right there. Chuck going to take the top side. Got a couple drivers. The Goatlocker boys going to work on the bottom as we watch these guys choose the lane. Before the start-finish line, coming to the 1 to green, everybody can choose a lane and pick which one you want, just like NASCAR does it. And so you have to kind of decide. There is a little bit of strategy that goes along with that. You see all the Goatlocker boys getting in the same line. So there's strategy to it. It's actually a lot more fun than I thought it would be because there are some times where, hey, you get back there in traffic, you know, you spin out, take some tires, something like that, and a bunch of guys you have 7 or 8 guys take the top side. You can gain a lot of spots by taking the bottom, and it's just a strategy call. It's, hey, you know, if there's a dominant line like this track, you know, the bottom is going to be pretty dominant. You know, do you want to jump up to the high side, gain a couple spots, or do like the Goatlocker boys, get down to the bottom and hang on to that preferred line? So definitely a strategy call that could be made there. So lots of guys doing that. Charles Stevens is going to take the high side and get right behind his 2-tire buddy of Chuck Pegleg Phelps. Let's see what Chuck can do on these 2 tires. I don't think. I mean, Kyle's just shown a lot of speed. I'm worried that 2 tires is just not going to be enough, especially with this track. It's going to be real tough. And we'll see right here as we go down into turn 1 just how important tires are. That's Chuck, man. What a great run so far. Kyle's still trying to work on Charles here. Let's see if he's able to clear him, and he does. So we go down into turn 3, and let's see if Chuck 2 tires can hang on to that top spot. Kyle really starting to charge in on him as Cody Mcelwain going around the high side. Kyle looking down to the inside of Charles, get down to the bottom. Those new tires are a big deal. But Chuck doing a great job so far. I mean, Kyle doesn't have it easy, that's for sure. Chuck drives it down into 3 and 4, but Kyle's going to have that preferred line, is going to be able to take that lead. So he may not be leading, but he's running second. That's a big improvement on where he was. So far, working out pretty good. Let's talk about some other big movers. Andy Kurtz here in that number 5 Budweiser machine. He is up 17 spots from where he started. So if you are in this top 5, you better look out, because especially number 07, Patrick Dravik, needs to look out because Andy Kurtz is all over his butt. So Andy Kurtz has a lot going on right now. He's definitely looking forward, trying to get up towards the front as he driving it down in there, trying to find his way around Patrick Dravik to see how hard it is to pass. If you get a run on somebody, you pretty much have to take it. Dylan Colbert has recovered for the most part, back up to 8th. So inside the top 10, Garrett Kinder up 12 spots from where he started. Where he started. So he's working on Daniel Cunningham right now, Jason Warren right behind him, Jamie Mullins in that Tennessee Vols Chevy Camaro. We've got Ryan Pendleton back here in 13th spot. Ryan dropped back a few spots, but he is definitely known to take care of his car. So I say that, and his right side is all pancaked. So am I BSing, or is it just a fluke? Y'all decide. I don't know. I may be BSing. Let's check on Michael Kosic behind him. I tell you what, I've had a blast in this Xfinity series racing Michael Kosic. He is one of the cleanest drivers in the series, no doubt about it. One of the lowest incidents in this long season. He has probably the lowest out of the most active drivers. Man, such a clean racer. Super fast, very fun to race. Not really sure what's going on with him tonight. He's back in 14th. May not be a track that he likes, but pretty much everywhere else he is hard to beat. And I tell you what, I imagine we'll see him moving into the top 5 by the end of the day. Logan Surgeon running right behind him in that number 26 Chevy Camaro. Dropped back a spot from where he started, but has gotten settled in here. He talked to him before the race, and he said that he was really excited about racing this track. So Josh Smith behind him, running in 16th place in that Chevy Camaro. Jake Ellingson dropped a few spots, dropped 11 spots from where he started, so he is headed the wrong direction, but maybe he doesn't know his Goatlocker buddies are up front, and he needs to get up there. Greg Barnett battling with Tia Swank here for 18th place. They are side by side. We watch this battle as Greg Barnett trying to clear him, and he does. Jumps up in front of Tia's at the last minute, but kind of saying, excuse me, pardon me, I'm coming through. Your car looks a little bit damaged, so I'm going to go on around you. Tia's has a little bit of damage here. Charles Stevens, I guess Charles did not, either he got sideways and I missed that, or he just headed to the back. I'm not sure if he got uncomfortable or whatever. Let's actually go back and see if we can see what happened to old Charles here. Oh, yeah, him and a little bit of netcode between him and Jamie as he was really off the pace. And it was definitely a netcode, 3-wide situation there, but a little bit too close for comfort. Able to save it, hang on to it, but being on those 2 tires, that's not what you want to see at all. Trying to hold on to that track position. So he is currently running in the 21st spot. Let's check in on Tyler Rice on this really nice looking 6 machine. And right behind him is Matt Knights. William Griffith, who we saw going through the grass, still got a little bit of damage. Don't know if he's already used his fast repair, if he's trying to hang on to it. Jake Cunningham running in 24th, and Jason Lottridge, I think the last car on the lead lap. As he is battling it out with Jake for 24th, 25th. Let's go back up front. Let's check in on Kyle and what's going on with him up here. And I'll tell you what, it still looks about the same, about 9/10. As we let's go ahead and pull up this little battle box right here. I hadn't played with this in a while. See both of them with 2 stops, 9.1 seconds. As we'll watch this for a few minutes, see if Cody Mcelwain is able to make any ground up. And I'll tell you what, though, right behind him is Travis Beaver. You see the battle for second here. Travis Beaver up 8 spots from where he started, working on the back end of Cody Mcelwain. So Cody trying to run down Kyle, trying to get into a groove to run him down, yet he has got Travis Beaver, who is on the move. Him, Andy Kurtz, they are teammates. They work together, and they seem to have some sort of plan that is working out perfectly because both of them are on. Either that or they're just they just had horrible qualifying efforts, which definitely happened. So see Travis Beaver able to get to the back bumper of Cody, but that arrow starts to really pick up. These spoilers aren't that big, so they don't put out a ridiculous wake like the Gen 6 Cup car does, or something with a large spoiler, but it's enough that once you get close like this, man, it really takes the downforce off the front of these cars, and at a track that is already difficult to get into the corner, man, you really, really need that downforce. So, but Kyle not running away with it right now, as he's still about 9/10, so he just ever so slightly pulling away. Let's see if we can look at the lap time history, and you see Cody Mcelwain able to cut into it and drop back a little bit, so it's about half a tenth every lap or so if you average it all out. So he's pulling away just ever so slightly, but Cody doing a great job this time. The first run he really burned up his tires, but this time around he has definitely settled down and is able to maintain a little bit. So as you just see, and we'll kind of go into a little static, that way y'all can see the cars as they come by, but you see just everybody's sort of in a draft line. It's really, really hard, especially if somebody's willing to battle. Somebody's willing to battle you, it could really hurt you as guys, or you do get a little bit of draft. So if you get side by side with somebody, really put you behind the 8 ball. Yeah, Ratchet Miller says 2 tires is no bueno, and I completely agree. That seemed to be the not a very good call at all, as Chuck Pegleg felt all the way back in 16th. So tires proven to be extremely important. Go back here. We got some battling going on. Andy Kurtz had moved his way up and is starting to fall back a little bit as he is being passed by the 13 Garrett Kinder and Jonah Colbert going to the inside. Andy trying to fight it off as hard as he can, but it's going to be tough on that outside line. You're really going to have to put a lot of throttle into it, and it's really going to hurt your tires. And if you're going backwards because of your tires, you see, he gets caught on that high side, and man, just trying to find an opening to get back to the bottom. He is losing spots left and right. Did not take long. The Xfinity cars, it seems to be like the last bastion for old style NASCAR racing, where aero isn't king, but it's important, but you also have to really save the tires. The Gen 6 Cup car, I say you don't save tires at all. Next gen, we'll find out. Who knows? Even in the trucks, you can save a little bit. It's not that important. But here in the Xfinity car, saving tires, man, could make a huge difference, especially on long green flag runs like what we're having tonight. We're crossing the line for lap 70. It's still Kyle Martinson. Hadn't led every lap. Chuck Pegleg Phelps got a lap or two in there. But outside of that, it's still there. Let's check in on Cody. It looks like Cody has dropped the gap down to about 8.5 tenths. So Cody trying to eat into that lead there, as he's been able to fight off Travis Beaver and has pulled a gap on him as well. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if And you see they're just, it's very, very close. So the lap times are, I mean, that's as bad as even as it gets. Kyle just slowly pulling away, but that's not much at all. At .01 a lap is just ever so slightly. So Kyle is having to put down very consistent laps, having to put a whole lot of brain power to make sure he doesn't miss his line and he's able to hit the same marks every time, because one little slip up and Cody Mcelwain is there. So let's go back in here and see. Got any racing going on? We do. Patrick Dravik losing a spot to Jonah Colbert. Jonah Colbert is on a move after having that incident earlier. Oh, a little crossover there from from Patrick Dravik as Jonah drives in a little bit too deep and washes up the corner. So Patrick able to hang on to that spot for now. But after that incident, or just a kind of a half spin that Jonah had earlier, he's been able to recover nicely. As we've got almost a three-wide battle here between Jamie Mullen, Andy Kurtz, and Jason Warren. Jason Warren all over the back bumper. Going to slide up in front of Andy Kurtz. So move Jason Warren up to 10th. He is on a move. You know, I talk, we talk trash and we make fun of Jason sometimes in these cars, and he does it to himself, but he loves these cars. He's probably a master short track racer. I don't know too many people that are better than him. Man, just a fantastic driver. But he is sort of a challenge for him in these cars, as he's self-proclaimed a right front tire burner-upper. And so he has definitely been working in these cars, trying to make himself better and get better. And so far, it's looking really good tonight. As this long run, he is picking off two cars in the last lap or so. The last couple laps, he's been turning lap times about third quickest on the board. So Jason Warren moving forward. So that's really awesome to see. Is he definitely seems to be taking to this track in this car, and he's headed up to the front. That's a dangerous guy to have up front there at the end of a race, as he can really put on a show. But man, I'll tell you what, these drivers right here are definitely putting on a show. 3 of our law enforcement police paint schemes battling it out. Patrick Dravik trying to hang on to that 5th place. And Jonah Colbert all over him. Let's see, not quite there yet. Let's see if Pat gives him the inside. He does, but Pat going to drive it down deep in there, going to hold it down low off the corner, making Jonah work. And with these momentum tracks like this, if you ever have to lift or change your line or anything like that, it really, really hurts you for a couple laps as you're really trying to get these cars wound back up. And while all that's happening, Jason Warren, I tell you what, Jason Warren is flying, y'all. He is the second fastest car. The only person faster than Jason Warren last lap was Kyle Martinson. So look out. Jason Warren, when it gets really high there, has to get out of it a little bit. But goodness gracious. These lead lap cars passing, that's Jake Cunningham in the 46 machine. Jake gets up out of the way. But here comes Jason Warren on the inside of Daniel D. Cunningham. And he is going to clear him. Jamie Mullins is well headed up here. And like I said earlier, Michael Kosic. So these guys battling it out are going to have to look in their mirror, because guys are definitely coming. Well, let's check up front. Let's see what the gap is. Kyle has started to extend that gap a little bit, as looks like the 48 of, who is that? 48. Jason Lautcher's coming in pit road. So green flag pit stops may be starting. I'm not real sure. I don't know the fuel run, but we'll see. If any takers Cody not quite able to keep pace. A little bit faster that last lap, but Kyle, man, just putting down some laps. Really so consistent that no mistakes. And Cody just not able to make up that time. We'll see as they cross the line this time around. Kyle Martin's just ever so slightly. They are almost mirroring lap times. So Cody still hanging in there. Jonah Colbert coming down pit road. Decided to get out of that mess. Come on, get 4 tires and come out there and short pit a little bit and try to make up some of this time. And I imagine if Jonah Colbert comes down pit road, we're going to see as Jason Warren. Oh no, the broadcaster curse. Jason Warren tries to go into pit road and misses it. Misses pit road, so he's going to give up a ton of time, ton of spots, go around and get through pit road. But Garrett Kinder, Andy Kurtz, you see them right next to each other, going in pit road, getting their 4 tires. So pit lane is open and wide open. I think this will be our last pit stop as these guys prepare to make it to the end of the race. So you see it, a lot of people coming in pit road here. Jamie Barkus, Travis Bieber, Patrick Dravik, Daniel Cunningham, Brian Pendleton, the whole crew. Jason Warren back there coming down pit road. And we'll watch this as these guys trying to get a little bit of advantage. Cody Mcelwain in second place. Driver, he comes down pit road. Oh, somebody was a little bit loose back there. I think that was, I'm not really sure who that was. Jamie Mullins was a little sketchy getting in, but he was able to make it. We'll see if there's any speeding penalties out of that, but looked like he made it just fine. So everybody's starting to make their way down pit road. Kyle Martinson has yet to pit it, but it looks like he's coming in now. So our leader coming down pit road, going to come down, get his last stop. Was able to get in, took it easy, had plenty of lead, and should be good to go. Well, let's see if Jonah Colbert is going to be able to make up that time with those fresher tires, about 2 laps fresher than anybody else that pitted. Logan Surgeon going to take over our lead as he blinks out. Chat's wide open, man. I love it. I don't know. I can't get Logan Surgeon has blinked out. I can't get him back on the screen. So Jonah Colbert looks like he was able to make up a good amount of time. Cody Mcelwain just a little bit ahead of him. So it turned out to be the right call for him, as everybody did come about a lap later. But he was able to jump over Jamie Barkus and is now running fourth, as it seems like Patrick Dravik had the worst. Travis Bieber maybe, as those two seem to have had some issues on their pit stop. Pit stop times look really good. Let's see if this thing never works, but we'll see if we can see what happened there. I don't know. I can't tell anything from that, y'all. So I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to do. But as we go back and watch the action, we see Jason Lauter's going a lap down, another one maybe. Don't know. But Jonah Colbert going to have to dig down deep because he's got a Hornet's Nest behind him, as Kyle Martinson actually came out behind Cody Mcelwain. So that's a big deal right there, because they were running mirroring each other's lap times. And oh my goodness, that's what a great call by Cody Mcelwain to come down and get that short pit and be able to come out and take the lead. So they were mirroring lap times with Cody behind Kyle, and that's going to really change the dynamic of those two. If Cody can get into a groove and continue that pace, it's going to be tough, because Kyle they were running about the same lap time. So Cody Mcelwain, after Logan Surgeon pits, who is currently our leader, but has yet to make a pit stop. Once he pits, Cody Mcelwain will assume the lead. So Kyle Martinson, not a mistake, definitely not a mistake, just staying out a lap or two longer, and Cody was able to make up the difference. So that was all Cody. I just want to give him some props, is sticking with it, even though he wasn't able to catch him, and just trying to stay as close as possible, and that pit strategy worked out there. So going to be interesting to watch these guys for the rest of the races. We've got about 35 laps to go to see how this plays out. Going to be exciting. Let's go back and check Jamie Barkus. He was able to get around Jonah Colbert and has moved his way up into the 4th position. Will be 3rd once Logan comes and gets his 4 tires. Jonah seems to be falling back just a little bit. Garrett Kinder all over the back end of his car as I'm not really sure. Jonah just seems to be a little bit off here. He pitted 2 or 3 laps earlier than everybody else, so that may be just the difference of, everybody's still got the really good on their car, and his is already worn off. So it should stabilize in a couple laps, I would imagine. But he has already lost a spot to Jamie Barkus. Patrick Dravik, who is running 3rd or 4th before those pit stop, is dropped back to 7th. And Travis Bieber as well. He was actually running 3rd, and now he's all the way back to 8th. So Jason Warren still holding strong in that 10th place after missing that that pit stall. Sorry, I was laughing at something in chat. Not you, Jason. But if he can continue doing what he was doing before, he can definitely make it up to the top 5. We go back up, check the lead, and we'll bring up this lap time history as we watch Cody try to hold off. You see Martinson was about a 10th faster a few laps ago, but ever since then it's been pretty close as Kyle has gotten into the wake of Cody. So Kyle definitely has his work cut out for him, as long as Cody can keep it together and not make a mistake, it's going to be very difficult. That dirty air means a lot. So we're going to keep an eye on this. This is going to be fun to watch. Let's check this time by as they hit lap 94. Oh, yeah, Kyle Martinson with a 10th and a half faster that time by. So Cody going to have to quit looking at his mirror and just drive out the front windshield. That's what you got to do in these situations. You got to drive your race and don't really pay too much attention to what the other guy does. But we will check in on our actual leader. Logan Surgeon's still out in the lead. Like I said, I expect him to come down pit road at some point, but has yet to do that. He is about a 2.5 seconds, maybe a little bit more, slower than most of the top 10. So he is definitely losing a lot of time, but really just hoping for a caution. Honestly, if a caution comes out in the next, couple, excuse me, my goodness, comes out in the next couple of laps, everybody's going to have to come down pit road, get a set of tires, so he's going to look like a genius. So just holding out for that caution. If one comes out, it's going to be really good for him. Definitely worth trying. So definitely the Brandon Wallace strategy. Oh man, I'm over here talking about some stuff, and I don't know what happened here, but let's go back and check what happened to Kyle Martinson as he was trying to run down. Oh my goodness, he is way out of the groove. Let's go back and check and see what happened. is our second place runner. I don't know what happened to him. Oh, no. Well, that's a bummer. Mike Bertosa. Kyle's just trying to run down Cody. It was going to be a great race, and Bertosa just trying to stay high there. Just gets into the wall and just cuts it left, and Kyle Martinson was there, so he goes down. Man, just clears him out. Oh, that's such a bummer. Man, I wanted to see these guys race it out. Good for Cody. Man, sure hate to see that because that was going to be a fun race, I think. So, caution comes out. Maybe Kyle can get something figured out and get back up to Cody. So, he drops back to 4th place. You always hate to see lap cars, mess with the running order, and Bertosa didn't really do anything wrong. Just got up into the wall, and I don't know what, for whatever reason, guys getting into the wall, they just, you don't really think about the guy that's coming down below you. You're just trying to get off the wall, so you crank that wheel all the way to the left, and by the time it lets go, you just drive right into the other guy. So sometimes when you get into the wall, you just got to let it run into the wall and just get out of the way. But like I said, definitely wasn't done on purpose, but probably a good amount of damage to Kyle, as Logan Sturgeon going to come down, give up the lead, come down pit road. So strategy call by Logan did not play out, so he's going to come down and get 4 tires. So that gives the lead to Cody Mcelwain, who has definitely has a lot of pressure off from who has dominated this race, Kyle Martinson, with trouble with a lap car. But he is working on Jamie Barkus. So Kyle Martinson not going to let that stop him, as he has moved his way back up into second. Unfortunately for him, is with about 20 laps to go now, he'll be, he is just having a tough time with these lap cars. These lap cars need to get out of the way and move for these. I understand fighting the leader, as Jake Cunningham going to hit the wall and go down low. I understand fighting the leader, but I don't understand fighting second place. I think just at that point got to let her go. So, but move Kyle Martinson up to second. See if he's able to keep pace, or is that car just too hurt? I think him and Cody's lap times are so close together that I don't think he's got enough time without a caution to run Cody back down. So Cody with a lot of breathing room here. As see Garrett Kinder working on the inside of Jamie Barkus, trying to get into that podium spot, that top 3 with 20 laps to go. Jamie Barkus fighting hard on the outside, not going to give it up. He definitely can at this point. Every spot matters. Yeah, this has been a fantastic race, Ratchet Miller. I've really enjoyed a lot of the races I broadcast. See Jamie Barkus really hanging on to that top side. Always going to grab the wall a little bit, and that's going to be all that it takes for Garrett Kinder. So Garrett Kinder up 19 spots from the start of the race, man, just moving, showing a lot of speed. But Patrick Dravik drives that car down in there. You see him slide, trying to make it work. That's going to cost his teammate Jamie, and might cost him, as Travis Bieber going to look down to the inside, going to have the position. So Travis Bieber, they're going to touch a little bit as Travis drives deep into the corner. It gets loose. Jamie Barkus going to look down to the inside of Travis. So Travis, who felt like the lottery winner there for a second, almost became a loser. But they were able to wrap it up and get it back going. So great job by them. We almost had that caution, Ratchet. But yeah, a lot of the races that I broadcast, have been extremely caution-filled. So it's always nice to come here. Normally I'm racing in this series, and I'll tell you what, it's always like this, where we just have long green flag runs, green flag pit stops. Really, really adds to the flavor of the racing strategy. Guys who are good at saving tires, they really shine. So we watch this battle. for 4th place. Definitely tell Patrick is struggling just a little bit on interior. Seems to be driving in really deep and sliding the car. You can actually see the car yawing out quite a bit as he's got Logan Sargent behind him on fresher tires. So Logan trying to move forward, and that's going to allow Travis Beaver to get that position. So Travis up to 4th place. See if Garrett Kendrick can run down Kyle. Kyle has been, Kyle and Garrett are running about equal times. But I tell you, Cody Mcelwain on rails right now. Just a man, what a great call to come in early and pull the undercut on Kyle. And I think we're set up to have a fantastic run to the finish, as it looks like we're going to go green the rest of the way. And then a lap car getting in the way of that. So, bummer. Hate to see that because I was excited to see how that was going to play out. I could not wait. But right now, Cody still looking like a champ, still made the right call, and is going to hold on to that lead for now. And he's got about a 4-second lead, 4.1 second, 4.2 second over Kyle. Kyle able to recover. It's never easy and doesn't feel good, and I'm sure he's not happy, but you got to keep your wits about you and get the finish that you want. And so far, he's able to make up a couple of those spots he lost and get back in that 2nd place. So caution comes out. It changed the whole nature of this race. But we don't want to see that. Let's go back here. Got a gaggle of cars back here. Fighting for this top 5 position. These 4 cars are separated by less than, as Patrick Dravik gets, my goodness, these guys are racing their guts out, and it looks like Patrick's going to get a little bit loose off this corner, and Daniel Cunningham has to lift a little bit. Jamie Barkus gets into the wall, so everybody we stay green. Oh no, caution is out. It says Kyle Martinson went off track. My goodness, I can't. Kyle Martinson, who had dominated this race, been one of the smoothest drivers, spins out. On the front stretch, unbelievable. So the guy who dominated this race gets passed on a pit stop, gets hit by a lap car, and then self-spins trying to run Cody Mcelwain down, and we are under caution. But I got to tell you, though, for Cody, I don't know what – I think you easily, with more than 10 laps to go, you got to come down and get tires. There's no question about it. There's nobody that's going to stay out. Any call to stay out or take 2 tires, we've already seen it's going to be an issue. So I think everybody's going to come down and get 4 tires. That's what you have to do because you're definitely not going to win. It's going to be one turn and you'll be gone. So, but, Cody felt good there, had a 4-second lead, about a 5-second lead, and then he saw caution probably and thought, oh, crap. And then looks and Kyle Martinson is the caution. So his main competition spins himself out and brings out the caution. But you breathe a sigh of relief for just a few minutes because I tell you what, Garrett Kendrick has shown to be definitely competitive enough to win this race. But look at there, Jonah Colbert comes out second. So Garrett Kendrick going to be rolling off third. So Jonah Colbert with a hell of a pit stop. I'm not even sure what happened there. I don't think he took 2 tires. He may have. I'm not sure, but you see Kyle Martinson still sitting on pit road fixing damage. So just a just a nightmare in the last 30 laps or so for him as he had just dominated this race. But right now, Cody is in the driver's seat, but you got Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder. Like I said, you kind of breathe a sigh of relief because Kyle having some issues, but man, I tell you what, guys who can win races, some guys who are extremely fast are right behind you. So you breathe for a second, now you got to get back up on the wheel, get a good restart, try to pull away as, it seems like by the time we go green, we're going to have about 7-8 laps to go. So he's going to have to get a good restart, get gone. To win this race. So still a lot that can happen. A lot of guys up here who can win the race. I think the winner is going to come from the top two. I really have a hard time believing that if you're not on the front row for this restart, you're going to have any kind of chance. It just takes so long on a track that's built on momentum to make big. I mean, we saw Cody and Kyle battling it out there for the longest time, and it would just be half a tenth here and there, half a tenth here and there, just not enough that you can make up on somebody without just a huge mistake. So I think if you're not first or second here, I'm not sure you have a good chance. It'll just depend on how this choose cone goes. So as we see the choose cone going right now, see Cody Mcelwain, Jonah Colbert taking the front row as we watch everybody choose. We'll have to get a better camera if we do this next time, but it'll be Cody Mcelwain on the outside of the front row, Jonah Colbert on the inside, Garrett Kinder on the outside, Travis Beaver lined up behind Jonah. So, man, I hate to make a prediction, but I have seen Garrett Kinder be extremely fast, able to really match anybody's lap times. So if Jonah can't get it done, I think Garrett Kinder has enough to make up for what I said as far as being on the second row, especially on that top side early on, which gets a massive run off the restart and into that first turn. So yeah, Cody's going to get a little nervous. He's going to see blue lights in his rearview mirror, and he's going to be slowing down to the speed limit. But here we go. Restart on lap 116 on 125. Cody Mcelwain gets a great jump. Jonah Colbert, not a good enough jump as Travis Beaver all over the back end. And Garrett Kinder able to get a nose out in front. We're going to see what happens as they go down into turn one. Who's going to be able to hold on to it? Garrett Kinder really out of the groove there. I'll see if that top line really gets a run that he needs to get past Jonah. And this is the best case scenario for Cody Mcelwain as Jonah Colbert, the two cars fighting it out for second place, battling hard. Neither one of them is going to give up at this point. And Jonah Colbert is going to go around. Oh, and he gets loose again off the corner going through the grass. So Garrett Kinder up to second place. Jonah Colbert with a horrible slide there. Able to save it. We stay green. But now Garrett Kinder, if he's going to win this race, he's got to set his sights out the front windshield and start to make up some time on Cody Mcelwain, who's obviously doing qualifying type laps. You're not saving tires at this point. You got to go. He's going to see that that state trooper behind him, and he's going to have to get with it. He sure is. Last lap, Cody Garrett ran the exact same lap time. Travis Beaver actually a little bit faster, while Jamie Barkus the fastest. A little bit of draft there. We'll definitely do that. But Patrick Dravik, we're under caution. Jamie Mullins goes around. Jamie Mullins with a lot of damage on that 53 Camaro. Let's go back and see what happened. Like he was trying to work on Kosic there and gets a little help from the 27, and then Andy Kurtz come in and finished him off. So under caution yet again as Jamie Mullins goes around, having such a great run too, just kind of battling out there at the end of the race. So, man, I'll tell you what, Garrett Kinder, it's falling right into his hands. I don't want to seem like I got favorites, because I definitely don't. Any of these top, anybody in this race wins, I'm happy to see it. So I definitely don't have any favors, but I think Garrett Kinder does have something for Cody. If he can get a good enough restart, he doesn't have to battle with somebody. I think they are close enough that that Garrett can get it done. Cody's just been unbelievable. Had a great race, being able to keep everything together after losing a few spots early. Maybe getting a little bit too aggressive with his tires, able to get that righted, get back behind Kyle, get a good pit stop, get out in front of him, and that's been the call, the move of the race, that short pit to get himself out front, and he has not relented yet. So we're going to have a green-white checkered to see who is going to win this race at Nashville. We're calling it the Nashvegas 125. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but that's what I typed in whenever I pulled up STK. But it is our law enforcement appreciation. That's why you see a state trooper there in second, trying to make Cody Mcelwain nervous. See Daniel D. Cunningham back there with a paint scheme as well. Travis Beaver with a United for America scheme. I don't know all the organization and stuff, so if that's one too, I apologize. We'll just say it is. I don't know. All right, should be coming to the choose cone. Let's see what these guys choose to do here. We're not coming to the choose cone, or everybody disappeared. So I don't know if the rapture happened or what, but there ain't nobody here. So I'm assuming we were coming out of turn 4 there, and we'll come to the choose cone on the front straightaway. So look, if you can't laugh at yourself, I mean, it just, what's the point, I guess? I still think that the front row is really the only place that a victory can come from. These guys have been too strong. I think if you're starting second, or if you're starting in the second row or back, it's just going to be difficult unless these guys get together. Cody is going to have his, well, there you go. That tells you all you need to know. Garrett Kinder saw how that top side worked. Going to give up that front road to get that top side and keep that momentum going. So it kind of hurt him last time because he was fighting with Jonah there. But he definitely seems to think that top side maybe is something he learned, something he can apply here and make that top side work. But Travis Beaver on the bottom here, on the front row, so we'll see. Cody Mcelwain going to have that good jump, going to get out to a decent-sized lead. For one time, I want to see somebody. I want to see him jump the start on the leader and try to pace him into that corner. You don't want to beat him to the line, but you just try to jump him and stop the leader from getting such a good jump. Well, let's see who can pull that off. Let's go ahead and get rid of the timing tower. Let's get everything out of the way because we want to see the action as green-white checkered in the Xtreme Xfinity Series presented by Goatlocker. Goatlocker is leading the race. Cody Mcelwain out front, going to get a good jump. Had a little bump there from Garrett Kinder, And I tell you what, it's a madhouse here for second place as Travis Beaver has got somebody out there. They're pushing each other down in the corner. What's going to happen? Travis Beaver gets into the side of Garrett Kinder, pushes him way up the track. He's got Patrick Dravik all over him, and Cody Mcelwain playing, these Goatlocker boys playing some defense with a lot of offense right here as they are putting a lot of pressure on these guys, and Cody Mcelwain able to sail off into the distance. Cody coming around to take the white flag. White flag is out for Cody Mcelwain as they are 2-2 back here for third place. My goodness. Trying to make something work. Travis Beaver and Patrick Dravik wants to go, but there's nowhere to go. They're wrecking in the back, but it's still side by side here coming to the start-finish line. Checker flag is out. They are sideways. Garrett Kinder and Travis Beaver wreck coming to the checkered flag, and Patrick Dravik, Jamie Barkus going to take home the podium with Daniel D. Cunningham, and check it out, Michael Kosic with a top 5 finish. Oh my goodness, let's go back and watch that because I kind of screwed that up, changing the camera at the last second. Garrett Kinder, Travis Beaver fighting it out here as Patrick Dravik all over the back bumper. Did Travis get a little bump there? Hard to see. Doesn't look like it. Looks like Garrett Kinder just gets a little bit loose and clips Travis Beaver as they were coming to the checkered flag. Travis Beaver going to finish 8th. I don't see Garrett Kinder in 12th. So just racing their guts out for the last 2 laps. That was amazing. I know they're probably not happy about that, but I would be. I tell you what, that was amazing. So, man, what a fantastic finish to that race, and we'll bring up the results here. I don't know, maybe not. Let's bring up the tower and we'll show that. The SDK just having some issues here lately. So, but anyway, there you go. Cody Mcelwain takes home the victory. Patrick Dravik, after that last lap wreck, able to finish 2nd. Jamie Barkus finishing 3rd. Daniel D. Cunningham finishing 4th. Michael Kosic in 5th. Jacob Ellingson with a great finish in 6th. Charles Stevens with also a great finish in 7th. Travis Beaver disappointing 8th after being 2nd, fighting for 2nd there. Logan Sturgeon, after that pit stop, able to make up quite a bit of time there and finish 9th. Jonah Colbert rounding out the top 10. So pretty amazing race, I got to say. That was a lot of fun, but let's go ahead and get into the interviews because I don't have much time to get this done. So I'm going to go ahead and we can see if we can get guys into the and we'll talk to Jamie Barkus first if we can get him up here. There they are.
Oh.
All right, Jamie, I hear you stretching, man.
Yeah. After that one, man. Whew.
Well, okay, look, congratulations on 3rd place. That last restart looked fun as shit.
Man, that was fun. That was a blast. Right
well, you Goatlocker boys are able to take it home 1, 2, 3. I know y'all talk about that, and every one of you will be excited about that, and that's a fantastic. But talk me through that last restart. I saw you and Patrick right on the back bumper of Garrett Kinder and Travis Beaver trying to get those guys to just go on, figure it out. We're ready to go. And I saw both of you pushing them. And I said that it was almost like y'all were playing offense or playing defense for Cody by playing good offense, by keeping pressure on those guys. Kind of talk me through that last restart.
Yeah, Cody being up there, being the leader, we knew he was going to have the, he was going to control that restart. So we were trying to get everything lined up the way we wanted it. Garrett threw us a curveball because we really didn't expect him to go outside with Cody. We figured he'd go down to the inside, but it worked out. Cody got a good restart there, and we knew when he was going to go, so that allowed us to stay right up there on the bumpers of Bieber and Garrett there. And luckily, until that final corner, everybody really kept it clean, and we were racing hard, but everybody was staying off of each other, and it was a blast. And the 54, I really overdrove one on that final lap there, and he was able to get to the inside of me. But I guess he must have got loose off of 4 there, and that opened the door. And then Garrett and Bieber got together, and that finished it off. Didn't expect to get third, so definitely thrilled with that.
Well, I mean, you were up there all race long, so it just seemed to be sort of a dice roll. The track, it seemed like it's really, really hard to pass for most part of the race. But you were hanging out up there. I mean, you ran all the way up to the front, and you kind of just stayed there. I mean, you're up 7 spots from where you starting 10th. So, man, a fantastic race. Man, just so much fun to watch y'all race there at the end. That's some of the best racing I've seen in weeks. So, congratulations. You got any shout outs? Anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors?
Well, thank you, first of all, for jumping in here and sacrificing your race to broadcast this tonight. Uh, missed having you out there on the track, but I don't know. When you're watching me run at Nashville, I run pretty good. I won that NIS with you in there watching me, so uh, maybe you're my lucky charm here at Nashville. So shout out to you, and obviously Rebels Racing and Jonah for running this Xfinity series that we sponsor with Goatlocker Racing. So appreciate everything he does with that. And of course, our sponsors at Goatlocker, Veterans 48, Jam Pring Promotions, Gill Insurance Advisors, everybody that helps make this thing go. We appreciate it. And thank you again for putting on a great show.
All right, Jamie. Well, man, so much fun to watch you race tonight. Y'all put on a hell of a show, so I appreciate y'all for making my night. So, man, congratulations on a third place finish.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it. Jamie Barkus. Let's bring up our second place finisher, Patrick Dravik, with a second place finish. This is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Well, feller, man, that was so much fun. I don't know if you had fun, but I had fun watching y'all. As it seemed like it was tough to get these cars around the track, tough to make passes. But you made the easiest pass of all when 2 cars just wrecked right in front of you. You was able to drive right by them there at the end. So tell me about your race, man. Tell me the ups and downs. I want to hear all about it. As you started third, finished second, it's hard to beat that.
Yeah, I mean a great night. It's been a tough season for sure. So it was great for the team, man. I'm so excited for Cody to get a win here tonight. Excited, Jamie finished third. That 1-2-3 sweep was really awesome, and that's what I'm most excited about. But the race, I mean, that first run, I gained a little bit on the leader there, so I felt I had a little something for him. Just didn't really have the track position. Really didn't have the track position all night long. Just kind of remained back there in that 3rd to 5th position. That third run, I kind of burnt up the tires a little bit and started to fall back. But yeah, I mean, that was the easiest pass I made all night when 2 guys just decided to wreck in front of me. I mean, I'll take the extra couple positions all day long.
Yeah, well, it's so cool to see y'all finish 1, 2, 3. And that last little run, I talked to Jamie about it. Tell me your perspective on that last restart. Is you and Jamie both just pushing Travis and Garrett down the straightaways into the turns, just all over, just, hey, look, somebody make a mistake, please. And they finally did on the last corner. What was it like from your perspective?
It's just real tight racing, and wanted to stay close. When you're down on that inside, that outside tends to get a little bit better run. So you really got to try to power it up. And as you know, at this track, I mean, you try to power up that car too soon, and around you go. So it was tough, man. But it was tight racing, and I'm just trying to stay out of people and have a good, clean race there towards the end. But man, it was an exciting finish, and man, yeah, it was a lot of fun here tonight.
Well, all right. Well, hey, look, who you got to thank? Who's your sponsors? Let them know. And sorry, I'm stuttering here. My bad. Uh, well, hey, who your sponsors? Who your shout outs, man? Golly.
Well, I mean, a big shout out to our sponsors that have been carrying with us for a long time here. Jam Printing and Promotions, who's absolutely been phenomenal. Gill Insurance Advisors, Veterans 48, and as everybody knows, we run the fundraiser for them last week, and the awesome things that they're doing for veterans. And a big shout out to the original Rebels, and everything that they're doing here, and to my hero. Eddie Smith up in the booth, man. Love you with all my heart. You're my hero, and I look up to you.
Man, I appreciate that. A little weird, but I appreciate that. All right, second place, second place finish, a 1, 2, 3 sweep for Goatlocker. Patrick, congratulations on a good finish. You've been needing a good finish for a while, and this was a good one for sure. So congratulations on a fantastic race, and hopefully we'll see you in the victory lane next week.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it, brother. And we like to keep it weird around here.
There he goes. Well, all right. Well, that's your second place finisher. Let's bring in the man of the hour, numero uno, Cody Mcelwain. Congratulations. This is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, hey, look, I'm gonna talk a lot. It's supposed to be you talking a lot, but I got a lot I'm excited about, and I want to talk to you about because your whole race, man. I mean, you talk about it, and I'm gonna tell you the parts I like. Go ahead and tell me about your race.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just a matter of trying to save the tires, obviously enough, and at the same time, try to keep up with Kyle there. He was super quick, and we just got to that point where it's green flag pit stop time, and I said, well, look, I'm just gonna make sure I get in ahead of him and see what happens, and we got ahead of him there, and it was an unfortunate incident there with some lap cars that took him out, so I hate that, but yeah, man, we just like I said, just tried to be efficient as we could, and it paid off for us. So we'll take it for sure.
Well, what I loved, man, is I loved that early on. It seemed like you kind of burned your stuff up a little bit early in that first run, and you righted that ship, man, really quickly, and was able to get back up there in second. And you were pacing with Kyle. I mean, you guys were running almost identical lap times. I mean, you couldn't have run any closer. He was pulling away just ever so slightly, but you kept him in. You had to do that because you had to keep him in that. In that second and a half range. So when you did that undercut, it was the perfect call, man. It was such a great call to do that and come out ahead of him with fresh air being so important. Man, I just got to give you praise, man. It was such a good call. Way to come back, bounce back after burning those tires up, man. And being there at the right time to take that, after he had an incident, and be able to really take control of this race. So, but talk to me about those last couple restarts. Is you're thinking, okay, Kyle's gone. And then you look and see Garrett Kinder, Travis Bieber right on your back bumper. You're like, I can't get a break,
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah. Just every time you're thinking something's going your way, it's something else. But yeah, I mean, I knew as long as I could get a decent gap, I told Jamie and them, I said, I'm not going to get past here unless I make a huge mistake or I get some contact. So I tried to really focus in on just getting a good jump. That way the contact was not even a player. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
We were able to do it. And so yeah.
Well, all right, man. Well, hey, look, I could have been happy about anybody up there at that last little bit winning the race, and but man, you definitely deserved tonight as you put in a complete race, and that's so much fun to see somebody do it. You were, like I said, just kind of burned them up early, but was able to get that fixed and make those right calls, and was able to just basically take this win. So man, I'm excited. Sorry, I'm kind of mumbling, but I'm rambling. I mean, I'm just excited. It was so exciting. So,
you're good, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Well, 1, 2, 3, sweet for Goatlocker Racing. Who you want to thank? Sir. Who's your shout outs?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank our sponsors at Goatlocker Racing, Veterans 48, Gill Insurance Advisors, Jam Printing and Promotions. Just like to thank my teammates, I'm talking about the call that I made, but it was really all of us. They're talking me through it, and always there to help me out with that kind of stuff. So I appreciate those guys. Just like to thank the guys that put on this great league. We love coming out here every Friday and having a good time racing with some good racers out here. And just like to thank you for broadcasting tonight, man. You do a great job, and we sure appreciate you.
All right, Cody. Well, congratulations again, man. Go celebrate.
Yeah, appreciate it, buddy. Have a good one.
Well, there you have it, man. I'm sorry. I know I was too excited. I love to see good, smart driving when I see it. And Cody displayed that tonight, just kind of being behind the 8-ball. Kyle really came out here. Definitely a shout out to him if he does watch this, man. You put on a great race, and that wasn't your fault, and you definitely deserve to fight out for the win. But, racing rears his ugly head from time to time. But, man, what a fun race. I'm glad I broadcasted this. I was actually very, very excited to get in here and do it. Had a little bit of trouble, but we got it going. But I'm trying to get the sponsors pulled up. I want to shout out all our sponsors. Of course, Goatlocker Racing, 1, 2, 3, and they are the series sponsors. They support this series, and we definitely appreciate them and what they do for veterans, and how they contribute to this league. They are a big, big part. Big Fish Motorsports, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Shappy Edits, Smil Racing Designs, Magic Mike Motorsports, Seth Griffith, Peg Leg Phelps with the Peg Leg Pole Award that Kyle Martinson won. P&J Motorsports, the Hard Luck Award. I think Kyle's going to win that one as well. So, but definitely want to thank E-Racing TV Intensity Broadcasting. Want to thank Joe and Josh and Atlee and those guys over there. They do a great job. Reaper Racing, Big Fish Motorsports, Jason Reisman Insurance, Flexible Freight Solutions, Mesa Motorsports, Goatlocker Racing, of course, and JC Motorsports. And I want to thank, shout out somebody that's done some really, really cool things. I'm actually going to pull up the Xfinity Points series, or the points right here, as I wanted to shout out Joaquin Meza. Since we're talking about Mesa Motorsports, as this right here is a actual pull from iRacing that displays current standings. So when they update, I immediately get that. They haven't updated yet, but this is a real-time pull straight out. I don't have to do anything each week. I just click this little button, it loads the page, and it loads the actual points from this series. So want to shout out Joaquin. Man, this is such a cool thing. Definitely want to shout him out and thank him, because this has been one of the coolest things. Big help for me is I don't have to do some stupid snippet or anything like that. And it looks good, looks cool, and it updates automatically, man. It's so awesome. So I want to shout him out, man. He does great work. I think he's got some stuff in store that he's going to try to do to put out for other people to use. So be on the lookout for that. We'll keep you updated once we find that stuff out. So. But, man, what a great race. I'm glad I did that. Y'all get ready for the ARCA series as they open up tonight at Daytona. That is sure to be an exciting one. Definitely want to thank Goatlocker again, and congratulations to Cody Mcelwain on a win. Man, what a fun race. So we'll see you in about 15 minutes. We'll be right back live and be showing you the ARCA race at Daytona. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Go take a bathroom break. Go get you a beer, maybe 2 or 3 for a Daytona race, and we'll be back to call that one as well. So anyway.